Hey everyone, it's me Laura from The Papered Soul. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is doing okay today, and I just thought I would pop in as we continue to work on the journal that I have started for my design team project for Artymaze, and it is also the journal that I have started with a group of ladies that wanted me to show them how to make a journal. So I only had one Saturday with them, and I thought I would continue this in a video series as I put this journal together, and then they can follow along. I am using the digital kit Beautiful Birds by Andrea at Artymaze. And I also thought that, as I started putting my journal together, I'm wanting to add some other elements such as butterflies and dragonflies. Andrea also has a Dragonfly Dreams kit and a Butterfly Delight kit, digital kit, that you might want to check out. I do have, here's her butterfly, some ephemera from her Butterfly Delight, and she has so much more, but I was gonna make a couple of little paper clips today, so I think I'm gonna use that. This was, I've made journals with both of those kits before, and I just had some elements left over and thought that I would blend them in with this Beautiful Birds kit. These are 2 sheets also from her Beautiful Birds. Lots of elements, as you can see. So what I thought I would do is play around with some of these elements today and make some paper clips. So I'm gonna just make several number of paper clips, and then we'll figure out how I'm gonna put them in my journal. But part of the fun of journal making is to be able to create and make some fun, pretty items to add into the pages of your journal. So that's what I wanted to do today. So here is one little paper clip that I had already made up, and this happens to be using the Dragonfly Dreams, one of her little tickets in that kit that she has. And then I added just did a little collaging and added some doily, paper doily, and then some word from book page and little words from book page, and then lace and a button. And I just thought that was pretty. Added a ribbon and everything there. So how that would work is it would just paper clip on to a page. So on the back, I have a real pale piece of pattern paper that I kind of did a little bit of stamping on, light stamping for a vintage look, but you could actually journal on the back of that. So thought that would be fun. And same thing here. I made, this is from her Butterfly Delight. So from one of these little elements there. And I just made that, and that would be really cute also on a page. You could paper clip something up here and then tuck something underneath, here, like a tag or whatever, so that would be cute. You could just put these paper clips and use them in so many different ways, actually. So, to decorate and to be useful. So, that is what the back of that looks like. I just put some pretty decorative paper on the back. So, let's go ahead and make this one up, and I'll just show you kind of how I did it. I did use, 65-pound cardstock is what I'm using. I had used a kind of like a 90, something like 93 or something. It was a little heavier, but by the time I put 2 layers, because you want it to be sturdy enough to kind of use it, and be able to pull it out and reapply it to the pages. So I thought that by the time I put 2 layers of the 65-pound cardstock, it's pretty good. It's a nice sturdy feel to it. So all I did is I cut these out of her after I printed it out from her digital kit, and then I went on and cut that one out, and I decided just to fold over a piece like this, go ahead and just double it, and it needs to be even, so let me make sure it's even on the other side so I don't go off the edge. Okay. So that fits right there. So what I think I'm going to do, I've just folded that over, and I'm going to just glue this on. And let's see. And so I'm just going to glue it at the top like that. And then, like I say, it's just the perfect height for this little banner. And then I'm going to glue that there. Now for the back, all I'm going to do, I just wanted some pretty paper. So I just have some pretty pattern paper here, and I thought this would be pretty on the back right down here. So I'm going to, let me go ahead and just cut this part off. And that way I can see better what I'm doing. So I've got this on the edge. This is doubled over. And then I'm going to just put my, I'm just going to glue it like that on the edge, okay, on that edge. And that will cover, and you'll see what I'm going to do, because what I'm going to do is cut it out. So I hope everyone is doing all right today. Today is the first day of summer. It's supposed to be the longest day of the year, and I hope that you all have a wonderful day. So I'm just gluing that onto there. And yeah. So when I cut, I'm gonna cut this out like this, and that way that'll be covered on the back and it'll be the same shape. I'm gonna just set that aside and just let it dry for a second. Let's see what else we have. Okay, I'm gonna make one of these. We're gonna put this to the side and we'll finish that up in a minute. And so here I already gathered some items. I went on ahead and made I had this one made up, so I kind of gathered some fun little items to make another one using the Dragonfly Dreams ticket, and that's another pretty one there. And so I had this old doily, was just testing my sprays a while back. It's been a long time. I just came across it. I stuff everything, lots of scraps in a bag, in a little zip, so that they'll come in handy and I can just kind of use them for later. So that was stuck in there. So I thought this would be cute to kind of use like this. So I have my two pretty backgrounds here. This was actually one of her pages. It is this page here that I had cut up. So I had cut this out and this out to make pockets in the journal, and I had this whole little section left over, and I didn't let it go to waste. And so I neatened it up and cut it up, and now I am going to utilize that pretty paper and the ink that I have used, because you don't want to waste your ink or your paper. And I'm going to decorate a paper clip on this. So what I will do is I'm going to glue these, and I picked the side that I want because I actually had two sides printed out originally. So I picked the side that I want, and I kind of like that because it's got that, they're both pretty, but that's got some interest. And I may do that side. So I want this for my back, okay? So I will glue this down. And I'm just going to glue that right there. And then this one will be my front. So I'm going to glue this one down. And I'm gluing it on that cardstock just to kind of give my paper clip some nice sturdiness. And you want it to be sturdy enough to have that paper clip inside it also. So we're just going to put that there. And I'm going to cut around these. Okay. These are really fun to make, and it's just playing to kind of give you an idea of how you can utilize some of the ephemera that are in these beautiful digital kits. And obviously there are 1,001 ideas that you can do with them, and I just thought it would be fun to come in and just make some paper clips today, because paper clips can decorate a page and be useful. All right. Okay. Okay, so that's going to be my front, and this is going to be the back. And I am going to ink it. That's pretty. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use some of my Mod Podge for this. And I know I kind of like it about right there, which pretty much covers up most of it there. So now that I just kind of know where that is, I'm just going to pull this back and get that on there. Just kind of get it set on there first. And then I can go over it a little bit more. A little over the top. This is just some Mod Podge. And like if it's lifting up, you know, anywhere, just kind of get that going so that it's tapped down pretty good. Just like that. I didn't bring water in here, so I am going to go rinse this out. I'll be right back. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut around here and get rid of the excess and make this a little bit easier to work with. Okay, and you could probably use these little bits and bobs, so don't throw those away because they can decorate an area. So now I have that. And then I'm going to kind of figure out where I want my words, my book page here. And this, so. I don't want to cover up too much of my lace there, but that's pretty, isn't it? That's really pretty. Okay, so I think that's where I'm going to put these guys. So let's go on and do that. Just put a little glue. There, and some of the glue is sticking to that, so then I'll put a little under here. I kind of, once I get something in its place, I'm really afraid to, it takes me so long to get something in the place that I like it to be that I kind of hate to lose that and not have it where I want it anymore. So let's see, I could raise this up a little bit. That would be pretty. Let's get this on. And I'm just going to come up just a little so you can see. And make sure that's on the edge there. There we go. And I like that. I think that's pretty. And let's see here. So then what I did, I may put, I had a button on the other one. And then I did my lace. So let's see. We could use a different kind of lace. This is some lace that I actually get from Hobby Lobby. And what I like to do is I like to cut it down the middle and make it thinner so I can use it for smaller projects too. And let's see here. Would you want to, you can do different things, so you don't always have to put the lace in the same spot, but you could test this out. Like if I put it down the side, that would be pretty for a paper clip. I could put it on the top. Which would be pretty. That is pretty. That way it would be peeking above, like at the top of a page. I could definitely put it at the bottom. If I put it at the bottom, then I'm going to be hiding this, but I don't really know that it matters. Where I was showing a little more of that, but that's got enough showing. I may just go on and put it on the bottom like I did the other one. And it looks like if I cut it about right here, that will be enough width across the way. And so I'm just going to put I'm just going to put a little bit of the glue down at the bottom. Just a little stream. And then I will put this on, see what side I like the best. And let's see. And you know, I'm like I say, I'm wanting to make a number of them. I might not put all of them in my journals, but then I'll have some paper clips for future journals, you know. And I've been wanting to actually get to where I'm just sit and make a bunch of things, elements all at one time. I know a lot of people do that, and I'm usually just been so busy to do it, but it's so much fun. I mean, that's the essence of our crafting, and it's just so much fun. So then I have some sari silk, and I thought I would, I guess I could do it right up here like I did that one. So I'm going to punch a little hole right there. And actually, no, I'm not, because I waited till I put the back on. So let's wait until we do that. So here's my back, and then I got a paper clip that kind of matches. And I think I'm using the short side of it so that there's as little of the paper clip as possible. You also could put the paper clip off to the side. On this one, I just put it in the middle. I think on this one, I might put it off to the side. So if this is my back, and I got to figure out how I want it, and this is the way this is going to go right here. So I'm going to put the paper clip here in the corner. That's kind of what I want to do, or close to it, kind of off to the side. And I want the small part of my paper clip right here, the shorter end, I want it on the outside. That way you just have a less of a paper clip profile, and on top of it you have more paper clip in here to be glued down and secured. So let's glue this down. So I just glue that all the way down and line it up. and get it nice, just kind of press it really nice and secure around that paper clip, just to make sure it gets secured in there really well. And then I will let that dry before I pop in, you know, punch that hole. So I just want to let that dry a little bit, because I don't want, you know, glue getting on your punches or your scissors too much. So this one is probably dry, and I hate to bounce around, but the reason I am is, you know, to let the glue dry. So now I'm going to just cut around this one, and I know that I have enough of the back paper to cover it, so it will have full coverage on the back piece of this banner. So let me just see if I can cut that a little closer. And then here, here, and this is pretty close there. I'll just ink that, and then here. And so now I have my two pieces, and I'm going to try to ink them up a little bit like I always do. Alrighty. And then, like what I was doing a while ago, I had decided to use a cream ribbon, so I'm going to go ahead and put the cream ribbon on my, and you don't have to put ribbon. I just like to do it because it helps add embellished trims and fibers into your journal. Just makes it pretty. It's pretty even if you don't do it though. And then I just pull that through. Then I just make my little ribbons a little smoother, and I do use on my ribbons, I will come in and use fray check on the ends of them, so that I'll just put a little fray check on each side, so that, you know, it won't, I'm not going to do it right now, but that way it won't continue to fray, and that'll, you can use it and it not be fraying. That one I did kind of put off to the side, so I think I'll do the same thing with this one. So when you have your, you get your front and your back lined up, know what's going on there, and then I'll know that I have this in the right position, and then I'm going to, well, I was going to put my larger side on the inside, and my shorter part of the paper clip on the outside, so that there's not as much of a paper clip profile. And now I'm ready to glue them together. And then I'm just going to take my image here. I got to get the glue off my fingers. Hold on just a sec. Let's see. I kind of want to pull that ribbon up just a little bit because I don't want it getting glued in. And here we are. And then just pressing all the way around and making sure it's lined up. And you can, if there's any trimming that you still need to do, you can trim it out, but it looks like that's pretty even. So just mashing it pretty good, and then there you have that. So there's these two cute little paper clips using Artymaze's Butterfly Delight, some ephemera from that kit, okay? But I'm going to be using it in this journal as well. Her colors are so pretty that they will often, you know, just blend with other kits, you know. So hopefully this one is dry enough that I can punch a hole here. And I think I've left enough space from my paper clip. So let's do here. And I'm gonna have to really press down because I've got a couple of layers there. All right, so now we're ready for our sari silk. And for this, I'm just going to tie it one time because it holds pretty well. And I'll just cut it. Usually one little tie will work there. And then I'm going to pull that up and just snip it. And then you can, play with this. You also can iron your sari silk before you tie it on if you want. And so I may use a smaller, my cat is trying to get in, if you can hear her. I have to shut the door. I might make this a little smaller, or shorter I should say, because I really don't mind a little shorter. That's cute. There we go. There we are. So then you got those two little and the paper clips, and these are using the Dragonfly Dreams, which you can see all of the colors are just so pretty. All right, so I have some others that I wanted to make because we're making paper clips today, y'all. Making paper clips. So out of the, yeah, let's do this. That one. So out of the beautiful birds, there were these little elements here. And let me see where all of them are. I have another one, I think. Thought I had another one. Yeah, I did. Here it is. And I think what I'm gonna do, I just gathered some paper. So I have these two little elements here, and I definitely wanted to make one of these for each of my journals. And so I was gathering some papers here and some book page, and then here's some of that extra paper I told you, and I still need to trim that out a little bit. Here's some scrap pattern paper. So I think what I'm gonna do is stamp something on here. Let me cut it to what, this is gonna be the back. So let me go ahead and trim this piece out. So now these match a front and a back. Let me get these two going. So we'll do both of them at the same time and kind of try to do our steps all at the same time. Okay, and now, like I say, if you want, now would be a time that if you wanted to put any other stampings on this. This has a little bit of a pattern, but it's so faint, you really can't see it. You really can't see it much. So if you wanted to, you actually could take some scrap paper, which I usually have all kinds of scrap paper. I'll just use this. And I think what I will do, just to make these interesting, and I'll probably do the front and the back. So, but just to make them interesting, I might like put, what? Maybe a bingo stamp on this. Just playing here. So maybe, let me just test it. Might be interesting. So let's just try that. I kind of want to get it, since this has lines, I might want to get it kind of straight. just something of interest. Okay. It doesn't have to be overly straight, so just adding some interest. And then let's see, let's do this one while we're doing. And this is my little postcard, and on this one I might just add something to this peach. So let's do that. Just some writing that might be pretty. Oh, that little postcard thing is pretty. So maybe like that. Oh, that's pretty. You see what that added to your plain, kind of your softer, more plain papers, pattern papers that you have. You can always do some stamping on them just to kind of give them more of an interest. So that worked good there. And I like this is the back of that. Okay. Okay, so the elements that I had, I wanted to work with, I'll figure out what the front and backs are from her little beautiful birds and kit. And also, as I showed you a while ago, so this is the page where I got these, so you can see all these other elements that you can make. You can make paper clips out of these and these also. I think I'm gonna do something. I am gonna make a paper clip with one of these that I have today. I think I'm gonna do something different with these in another video, and something different with those. And then here's the other one. I cut this little postcard ephemera out, that I'm going to use that in this paper clip, and I think I'm going to use this one too. So I'm going to go on and cut that out. Put that aside. So just playing with the ephemera. Just decorating, creating things. That's why these designers put these things in there, but I just kind of wanted to show you some things that you can make with them. Like I say, you could do all kinds of other stuff. Let me ink these. This is my cardstock that's a little bit thicker because I want to make little tuck spots out of these. Okay, so all I'm going to do is just glue these on, and get it all around the edge. Glue this. Run it up all around the edge so it stays glued. And then we're going to let these dry. Okay, so then I'm going to cut these out. Actually, I think what I'm going to do, I don't know how I got glue all over that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and glue these guys on the back of the lighter cardstock. Okay, and once they're dry, you are cutting them out. Okay, and so I'm going to cut these out as well. This has been inked around, and I normally will back these. I'm a big fan of backing everything, but these are so cute and small, I thought, and it's just gonna sit there. And with this being a paper clip, I'm gonna turn it into a paper clip, then I didn't want it to be too heavy, you know, sitting on the page, you know, so that will keep it nice and light, and I might just kind of tuck that there like that. So let's do that. And the other thing I'm wondering is, should I use some eyelash trim? Because that just might be cute. If I put that like that, Yeah, I think so. I think so. Eyelash trim goes a long way. So you can see I probably could cut that about right there. Look how small. And I do have eyelash trim in my shop. I have all kinds of trims and things like that. But it's just a little bit goes a long way. So I think what I'm gonna do, I think it works out best if I go ahead and glue this to this. All right, so we're gonna let that dry. And that's gonna, I think I'm gonna do that one with that. Since this is brown, I'm gonna put a pop of green on that. So let me get this one prepped here. So what I will do before I glue this is I will just tie this on. And that will be, put a cute little textile color on the side of the paper clip. And you'll see it when you're looking on the inside, inside of your journal, you'll see it inside looking, just some fun little textile there. So that's what we'll do, and then we'll put that all the way down. Okay, so let's get this in and lined up. Yep. Oh my gosh, I am going to love these. Okay, so hopefully this glue is dry by now, and for this one I was going to just tuck that right there. But you can see where I'm going with that, and then what this will look like. Oh my goodness, this is going to be cute. So, you can put that on a page, and that just decorates that page. And you could tuck something under there if you wanted to, okay? You also could tuck something under here because you'll have a paper clip on both sides, obviously. So those are going to be cute. So those, and then let's see what else I have. This is another element from her Beautiful Birds kit. So I thought I would, I just have some pattern paper and I folded it. I'm just gonna fold that together and then decorate this with this and decorate that there. I just was playing around with this. All right, that'll work, that'll work. Well, now that I have glue on these, let me go on and get these glued down. Oh gosh. Okay, so you can do this with, pattern paper here, and that's what we're doing. This pattern paper is light enough. You will be able to journal on the back of it. You can sew around these if you want before you glue them together. So if you want to do that, you can do it. I'm just putting this one a little off to the edge right there. Just like that. And there's a little excess there, so I'm just gonna trim that. Ink. And then this little guy. Ink him. And then I'm going to put him about maybe there, kind of like that. Yeah, maybe Maybe like that. Yeah, just layering it. And I'm going to put him, I'm going to come over a little bit so that you can see the pretty border of the yellow pattern paper here. And I'm just going to layer that. Isn't that pretty? And then I think I'm going to use my little lace trim for this one also. I just cut right down the middle, and that way this makes this lace a little more versatile for me. I have enjoyed doing that. I just try to be real careful and cut down the middle. Okay. And let's see what side. Sometimes there is a prettier side. So I'm thinking I might want to do something like that. Okay, so now we have this as a paper clip. So what would that look like? See how pretty that is? And how that decorates the page. So that's exciting. So now I have that one and that one. This one and this one. This one and this one. This one and this one. That one. And these little guys. Okay, so anyway, I just thought it would be fun to pop in and show you the different paper clips. These will just be paper clips. You can't really write much on those. And this has like a little paper clip tuck spot with a journaling spot on the back. Same here. You can also put some other embellishments on that if you wanted to. Then this one is just a straight up, but again, you can journal on the back of it. You can journal on the back of that one and on the back of that one. So I just thought these were a lot of fun. Let's put them like that. And I hope that you enjoyed just playing around and crafting with me, and I hope that you were inspired to use some of these elements in these kits. And like I say, this is the Butterfly Delight, or that's the Butterfly Delight, Dragonfly Dreams, and then the Beautiful Birds, all from Artymaze. And again, I'm using these in my journals, so I'm blending them because they match beautifully. So thanks for joining me, everyone. Thank you for your patience, and we'll be talking to you soon. Bye.